touches the wood, the ball is out. If it crosses the string lines, the ball is out. Now, the exception, because of a little bit of a rule change, is the ball has to be completely over. When you're looking straight down on the ball, if you can see any of the ball, if it's straddling the line, it's still good. It has to be completely over the line to be out. I ask that when balls are out, that they're taken out of play right away before you throw another ball. That just is to avoid, having a dead bull become live again, or having a dead bull. Now, yes, that's next. We are going to play. I looked at all the courts. It looks like the average court length is around 11 meters. I think we're going to do 1 meter from the ends. From the ends, the cochinet has to be at least 1 meter from the wood or the ends, and 50 centimeter from the side, because the courts are a little narrow. So in order to be a good throw, it has to be 1 meter from the ends or 50 centimeter from the side. What happens if you show up and the games begin and your opponents aren't there? After 15 minutes, you get 1 point. And then after each 5 minutes after that, you get an additional point. If they're not there in 30 minutes, it's a forfeit and you win. If there's a forfeit and you win, we're scoring it 11-6. It's going to be a win plus half the points. Other important rules that we can't stress enough: there will be no smoking on the courts during a game. And I don't think it's right to take a smoke break during your game and come over to the smoking area or whatever. Just when you're playing in your game, just please don't smoke. Again, we didn't have a problem with that last year, so I'm very, very thankful, but we have had a problem in it in the past, and I don't like to give people yellow cards for violations like that. So no smoking. That's consideration for the non-smokers, and it's pretty standard procedure in tournaments these days. No alcohol outside the alcohol area here. So if you're caught with a beer out there, you're going to be asked to come back here. If it's flagrant violation, same thing. I don't want to have to give anybody a warning about that. So just keep the alcohol over in the alcohol section. Everything will be great. Be aware of your play. Since all the courts are adjoining, it's best to stand at the ends if you're not playing, either behind the circle or past the cochinet as far as you can get. If you're going to stand to the side, just make sure you stay in your court, because it's not fair. And people, I know it just happens, you don't realize that you're actually stepping back and you're in somebody else's place. So please respect the people around you and try not to step in their court. And it's the same thing about some etiquette. When someone's trying to play, you need to not talk and gesticulate. Don't move your arms around. Just try to respect the game in progress.
The shadows also.
Well, there's that too. I mean, your shadow, because we have long shadows. If you're standing to the side and you're in the game, your shadow is going to be moving, and that can be a very big distraction to the person in the circle. If you want to rake your court before the game starts, either team has the right to say, hey, this court's messed up, I want to rake it. But it has to be done in between games. So once the game starts, you can't touch the court. But you do have a...
Christoph,
yes.
I think there was some concern about raking, pulling the stones to the top. Is that not correct, Philippe? No, you have no opinion? Okay.
I don't even know what that game is.
Well, that's a good point, Gary, and raking does usually bring out some rocks, but I will say that, especially down in the corner, for those of you that remember last year, sometimes the court's going to get so grooved in things that you're going to want to even it out, even if it means there's going to be some stones. So I think if the court looks decent and flat, don't mess with it. But if it looks like it needs some grooming, either team has the right to request that it be groomed before you play. If it's a very close call, we're going to have several umpires around. We have Gary Jones. We have Ungva Bilstead from New York. Gary's from North Carolina. We have Ed Porto from California. We have Andre Strong from Maine. And we have Terry Juliao from New York. And then me. So these are going to be playing umpires, and they're there to help out in a pinch. But please remember, they're also in this competition. So be sure that you really, really need a measurement. Or if it's something that you can do, come get me, and I'll be happy to come anywhere and measure and make a call for you.
Christoph, one thing, if
an umpire needs to leave the game if the players in that game would stop playing.
Yes, good point. If there's an umpire in your game and he has to go make a call, please stop playing in that game until he gets back. And that's, like I said, hopefully we haven't really had that much of an issue. I try to tell my umpires, if it's something crucial and you feel that you can't make it there, that's fine. Just excuse yourself and we'll get another one. That's why we have multiple umpires, and I'm available for anything if you have the time to come get me. It's basically for the periphery when people are really far away from me and it would take me a long time. If there's an umpire in your area, it's just a little bit easier. Any other questions while I'm trying to think? That's all I have, but the time? What, we have to go?
We have to get moving.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna get moving now. The board's ready. Find out where you're playing and what court you're on, and then as soon as everybody looks like they're in place, we're gonna blow the whistle.
And while you set up for the group photo, anyways, Christophe will still have the microphone, so you can do some question and answer. So now we had a little hiccup. We were gonna do both the anthems, but the person that was gonna sing the Marseillaise is on his way and it's got delayed. So we're gonna skip that. We'll hope to do it later. We're gonna do the Star Spangled Banner now by our dear friends, Jason Zielinski and Ronnie Stoots. Thank you.
I'm gonna mention a few more things, but they want to do
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free